So I'm Sarah, one of the community nurses for Cambridge City South team, and I've been working here. I started here in October of last year. So yeah, I've been nursing for about 13 years now. So started off in acute medicine on the wards, and then went into specialist within palliative care, and then went back to the wards, but realised community is really where my heart is, and just wanted to be back out in the community. So something special really about seeing people in their own homes. So in hospital they become more of a patient and they lose a little bit of who they are, whereas when you go into somebody's house you can see who they are, you can see who they are in a family, and you can just get a little bit more of a feel of what's really going on in somebody's life as well. My personal favourite thing about working in the community is the variety. So I love that although there's continuity, but also there's variety. So you do get to see the same patients, not all the time, but you get back to see them if they're long-term patients. And it's just, I love wound care. So you get to see so many different wounds, complex and basic. And what's really nice is seeing a wound heal as well. And seeing complex patients. And I've come from a palliative care background, so we still have patients that are dying at home that we can support, and we work really closely with other professionals as well, Arthur Rank and GPs. So, and if we've ever needed to do an MDT, it's really, really good because everyone will be involved and you'll be part of that decision making for patients. And what's really nice is here as well, especially, is we've got physiotherapists and occupational therapists on site, so, and diabetic nurses, so we can always nip in and see them as well. So you're not out on a limb really. And I just love seeing people in their own homes. I think there's just something so special about that. And just that, like I say, that variety, being able to have your evenings to yourself, finishing work and just being like, right, I've got a whole evening to myself now because the shifts are like 8 till 4. So you've got your evening to go and do what you want to do and spend time with family and friends. So yeah, it's good. Yeah, I mean, it's brilliant because even though you're driving around on your own, you still get to see patients and families, so you still have that. And then we always make sure we come back. I think that was one of my concerns before I came into the job, thinking, okay, we've had COVID, we're not linked to GP surgeries, and you can think, well, is it going to be too much on my own? But coming back and having lunch with people and just knowing that there's always somebody there on the other end of the phone as well. And what's really nice is, especially when you start, it's like we have a chat on the text. And if you've ever got a concern about anyone or wounds or anything like that, then you just put it on there and there's always somebody there that will go, try this or try that, and it's just really nice to know that although you're on your own, you're not on your own. It can sometimes feel a bit frightening being out there on your own, or just seeing a wound for the first time. It can feel a little bit overwhelming of, okay then, I've not seen this before, is that still the same? And just someone else will go, oh yeah, it looks the same, or actually it looks like it's getting better. So it's nice. So we have in the afternoon, once we've been out in the morning, we come back for lunch, and then after lunch we'll have a handover. Everyone will go through their patients, and we have a duty nurse, so she'll like coordinate the handover. And it's really nice because you can share like if you've got any concerns or if something's getting better. We almost all have a feel of what's going on for all the patients out in the community, and you get to pick up names and people, and it's just really supportive, and you can always ask questions, always just ask if you're worrying about something or you're thinking, going down the right lines, then it's really nice. So you don't feel like you're really walking into somebody new all the time because you've always got a name. I mean, what's really good about working in the city is, to be honest with you, the car parking here at Nine Bevan, and the Brookfield site itself is a really good site, centrally located, which is really good. There's car parking, we've got cafe facilities, you're never too far away from driving to see patients. And actually, if you need to come back to base and come and pick something up, you haven't got a long drive ahead of you. A lot of the patients are quite close by as well, which is really nice. And some of them we even walk to as well. So that's really good. And yeah, even just parking in the city as well. We get parking permits. So you don't have to worry about parking in the city either, because there are parking permits. You don't have to worry about that. It becomes part of it, because that's one thing I used to think about as well, how do I park in the city? But actually I've got a parking permit that's paid for, so that's good. I think the key things in working for the NHS is definitely pension scheme. And I think it's that job for life of knowing within nursing that wherever you've been, although you may be coming into a new place, you've brought skills with you. So there are always skills that you will have brought with you that you don't realise that you've got. And then, so sometimes thinking, well, I've never worked in the community before, but you may have nursed before. Actually, can you manage a patient? Do you know when a patient looks unwell? You know what they need. You're going to know the basics, and everything else can always be built upon. I think what's really key with this job is the working hours. Are just fantastic to fit in with people. Listen, come and work for us. It's a great team. South City, CPFT, District Nursing Community Team. We've got band 5s available. Come and join us. We'll have great fun. We have such a laugh. And also, we do a great job.